Some companies are built in easy markets. Others are built when things are uncertain, and that's where the foundation really matters. Peter Morris and Kathy Viard are the co-owners of Signature Premier Properties, one of Long Island's fastest-growing real estate firms. But their story didn't start at the top. Peter came into real estate through construction, spending decades bringing homes to life and developing a deep understanding of what it takes to build something that lasts. In 2007, during one of the toughest markets in recent history, he took that experience and launched Signature. Not as a traditional brokerage, but as something more flexible, more community-focused, and built to adapt.
I learned from my mother early on that people need to know you care. And I think if you ask our agents, they let you know we care.
Kathy's path runs just as deep. Real estate has always been part of her life, learning the business alongside her mother and growing into a leader known for building culture, connection, and a true sense of family within the company. She's also the driving force behind Signature Cares, extending that impact far beyond transactions and into the communities they serve. Together, they've built more than a successful brokerage. They've built a company grounded in relationships, resilience, and a belief that real estate, at its core, is about people finding home. In this episode, Kathy and Peter share what it takes to grow a business through challenging markets, how they've created a culture that attracts and retains agents, and why staying connected to your community is still the most powerful advantage in real estate. Let's dive into today's episode.
Okay, are we live now?
We are live.
All right. Hello, folks. Welcome to another Real Estate Unscripted with yours truly. And today we got two incredible people that act as one company. Kathy Viard. Kathy? How do you say your last name? Sorry, I screwed up. Viard, okay. And then Peter Morris from Long Island, New York, Signature Premier Properties. I want to give you guys by the way, Peter and Kathy, thanks for being on this with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us. We normally don't do things like this.
Well,
our comfort zone.
I feel honored. Well, you guys look great, so you're off to a good start. And I'm just going to add one thing to everybody. So we have two groups of people on this call. We have brokers, managers, leaders of the industry, but I also know that we have some agents on the call. So what I want to say to the agents is that, and I say this on every one of these particular podcasts, is that you are a business within the business. And so what you're going to hear from Kathy and Peter are some good business principles, and you should listen through this conversation as your own business owner, and how can you adapt some of what they're sharing in your day-to-day business, okay? Now, Kathy and Peter are really powerful people, and I'll tell you why, because and please, Kathy, both of you, correct me if any of my stuff is wrong, founded in 2007 in a small house in Huntington Village. Peter Morris launched at the height of the housing crisis. Did I get that right, Peter? Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's kind of cute. So you're in the house launching the worst time of the, all right. So then you joined Kathy as a co-owner, bringing the second generation real estate background because your mom was in real estate for 35 years. You grew from one agent to over 1,800 agents, 23 offices spanning Nassau, Suffolk, along with you've got this independent non-franchise model, which, you know, when you think about everybody, just to grow from 2007 to 1,800 agents, 23 offices, not as a franchise, that's powerful. Recognized by Real Trends as top brokerage for sides in 2023. Signature Cares, community division supporting little animal rescue, close to my heart and my wife's. St. Jude's Children's Hospital, Ronald McDonald House. And Peter, I'm worried about what I'm going to say now or ask, because you have a degree in psychology from Syracuse University. So now I feel like you're going to be studying me every friggin' moment here, and I better be on my best behavior. All right.
That degree was to get through college, because it was easy.
Oh, is that what it was? It was an easy degree?
It was an easy degree.
That's hysterical. All right. So my first question for you guys is that you two are best friends and became business partners. And, you know, that can be really sticky for people when doing that. So how did you guys, was there ever a time where you were where it really tested the friendship or tested the business relationship?
Not really.
No,
No,
it's
friendship.
always been friendship first.
We've said from day one, friendship
And
first.
listen, most partnerships don't work. I've had partners in the past where it didn't work, but with Kathy, we've always gotten along great. I mean, it's not like she hasn't been mad at me from time to time, but
Oh, that's really. You want to hear one really good story? The only time I truly was mad at him?
I would love to hear. I'd actually pay for that.
When?
Buffini.
Buffini.
Oh yeah,
So-
she was pissed.
No, that's not a nice word, but the Brian Buffini I'm trained by Buffini since forever, and he was coming to New York, and he knew that we were here and had a lot of people coming, so he had a private party for us. So we took we closed the whole company.
I was like, you're closing the company down? Really?
He did not want to come. I was like, you're coming with us, and we brought our attorneys, we brought everybody, our admin, our staff, everybody went into New York City. We went to a 2-day webinar, a 2-day seminar. We were about an hour in.
My ADD started
He
kicking
started
in.
sitting in his chair, and I'm like, I know you do. Sit down and listen. He's like, we're gonna go to Nobu for lunch. And I'm like, no, we're not. I'm not going to Nobu. We're gonna go to the cafeteria with the staff. And so then he starts going, you, and they went to Nobu, and I did not. After lunch, the seminar goes on, and he didn't come back. And I can remember texting him like, please don't embarrass me. They're having a private party for us, and can I tell him the real truth?
We went on a bar crawl.
He went on a bar crawl. So-
Really?
Oh wait, it gets better. So now we're in our private party upstairs with the Buffinis, and it's wow that Brian Buffini was having a party for us. Just saying.
Nice. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna have to apologize for him because So and then he comes in doing the wall crawl because they've been at bar crawling, but he showed up. And then he took everybody home, and they didn't come back the next day. And I was mad. And I remember going in and saying that if we're not going to do it right, we're not going to do this. And now you're a big believer.
And the couple admins and agents I brought with me, they're like, Kathy's going to be mad. I'm like, she'll be fine.
No, she was mad as hell. That is the only time, but I will, and you can tell America today that you believe in
Oh yeah. We have our own Buffini trainer here, Anthony Parada. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Well, be careful that you don't promote Buffini too much while you're talking to Darryl Davis, because I'm going to drive over to your office and smack you. All right. So now you launched.
Come on over, have a big party for us, and I'll get everybody.
Oh, okay. So you hear that, Jules? We got to pay. We got to pay the big party for signature.
It's a pay for play over here with
It's a
Kathy
pay for play. It's a
and
pay for.
Peter.
I see. All right.
But
So now let me.
Time in our history that I was really, really angry. I don't really. We have a great friendship. Friendship first. We don't really.
Yeah, so let's go back to that as far as the partnership, because what you said, Peter, is so true, is that partnerships, when you have a strong person leading, it's hard sometimes for that person to share the spotlight or share the responsibilities or share anything. So, yeah, partnerships really are hit and miss. So what would you say the secret sauce in your partnership? Is it the friendship that keeps the partnership working so well?
I think it's the friendship and the respect for one another.
I would say respect.
I mean, Kathy does most of the work. She does.
No, we do it together, but
She does more of the day to day, and manages the managers. So she takes 90% of stuff off my plate,
But
which I'm so appreciative.
but we are really both very hands on.
Mm.
But I think the reason, I would never do this without Pete, ever. If it were ever to come to that, I wouldn't be doing this. It's a together thing. We're in it together.
Awesome. Very great. 2007. So, I mean, people that don't know, especially some of the younger agents, that's when real estate just went in the toilet. 2006, 7, 8, it was really bad. Property values were going down. How did you guys deal with that? Like, what was that like? Did that help you in some way, or did it make it harder some way? And how did you get through that?
It helped with
I think it helped and it hurt, both. It was a very stressful time. My main income was building houses, and I had a partner, and he saw the writing on the wall. He's like, Pete, the bubble's going to burst, and I want to be set free. So I took over the construction company. I didn't want to hear it. I said, I thought it was going to keep going and going. And he was right. And I got stuck with a lot of inventory, and I had to get out. But I was always smart enough to know the market's a function of price. So I never held on. I dropped my prices. I took my hit. I started Signature because I guess it was a whim, because I never really thought it would become anything. But I figured if land was so hard to come by back then that I wanted agents out there looking for lots for me, and I would give them the resale. And I had a lot of leads from all these houses I was building that I was able to give to the agents. So, and I had a lot of friends in the business, so I was able to start it, list some of my own stuff that I found myself to save money because there was no money in the jobs because of the recession. And next thing you know, a couple agents came over, then it was 5, then it was 10, then it was 15. And
It's really, he was so respected in the industry. We built a lot together before we were partners in Signature, but you were respected. Everybody liked you. You were fair. You were honest. It was a recipe for success. It was a recipe for
in
success.
all fairness, it was like a fraternity. It was like a little bit of a cult
I agree with that.
until Kathy came in and made it respectable.
It wasn't.
So-
it was
So, so it sounds like what you did was, so because you were into building and that just got hit because of the market, so you went to opening up an office, not with a commitment to building a big brand like you have now, but maybe it was even help your building to save some of the expenses, have agents finding property for you. So that was really the impetus, yeah?
Helped to save on brokerage. I always gave
He still does.
whoever found me the land, I always gave the listing back. I still
Okay.
do when I build. Even if it's somebody from Douglas Elliman, I'll give it to Douglas Elliman. I don't care. That's always been
That's the recipe.
that's always been the recipe. Somebody finds you a lot, you give them the resale. But I also found a lot of my own land, and I always kept my real estate license. So when you're losing money on houses and you got a $500,000 house, 20,000 could be
A lot of money.
all the profit in a job. So
Got it.
I was listing a
Interesting.
lot of my own stuff, and I wanted agents out there really looking for deals for me.
But you also were able to give agents the listings that
I was able to give them the resales, which brought the early nucleus over to Signature, and I was able to give them a lot of buyer leads.
Got it. All right, I'm going to jump to a different question because I try to follow my heart when I have these conversations. And how does it feel for you guys personally to have 1,800 agents now? I mean, to go from a totally different model than when you decided to open up in 2007 and now seeing this huge blessing that you have. How do you feel about that?
It still takes my breath away that it's a fact.
It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. When you say we have 23 offices, it's like, wow, that's amazing. Like, yeah, it's hard to believe because we still will always, I personally think of us as a mom and pop. We'll remain a mom and pop, and we're going to keep that boutique. Mom and pop, I don't mean the way that sounds, but the boutique, I want to be a boutique brokerage. We may grow, but we're not going to change.
I think most agents love working for a boutique brokerage. They just feel that at some point they need to grow, where a lot of the boutique smaller companies don't have the tools, or they got competing brokers, but they like that culture. So we've tried to take that culture and mix it with us not competing and having the tools of the big boys.
Yeah, I think that's good. Fine.
That's brilliant what you just said. So the one of the pillars of your culture is that boutique feeling with the agents and connecting. They feel connected to you on a personal level, and they feel connected to the family that you've created.
Sure hope so.
Yeah, I learned from my mother early on that people need to know you care, and I think if you asked our agents, they'd let you know we care. We want to know the spouses. We want to know their kids. We want to know when, someone does something amazing. We put out a monthly newsletter, and in the back of it, we just put all the exciting things that have happened amongst the family. Who had a baby, who got a puppy, who got married, whatever it may be. Who Pete's daughter recently became a veterinarian. So like that kind of stuff keeps it personal.
Listen, it's challenging. Like you said, there's 1,800 agents. We've heard the whispers.
Yeah.
You're getting too big.
You're
You're losing your culture. It's not like it used to be. But it's hard because we still want to grow. We want to be number one, but we try our ass off.
I was going to say, we fight like hell to keep it what it is.
We're out
2 nights a week.
We're out probably 2 nights a week with our agents. If you don't get together with them, next thing you know, you're losing them.
Yeah, and it's important. It's important for us to see them, feel them, touch them, love them.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, what you're doing with this interview is a perfect example because I know that there's probably agents from your company watching this, and you said at the top of this that this is the first time you've done something like this because this is out of your comfort zone. So that's you being congruent with your culture. Let me ask you, what has this done for you personally? Like having a company of this size, how has that benefited your life? Like, how has your personal lives gotten fulfilled?
I think for both of us, I can speak for our kids work here now. We have 6 daughters, and Pete has 3, I have 3. 3 of mine are here and 2 of his are here. It's something kind of amazing to get to see your kid grow and shine and get to witness it firsthand and be part of it and help them. And personally,
I have no worries at all about the future now because I see what our kids are capable of and what they're doing, and they're going to take this place to the next level.
Yeah. I think that was one of our smartest decisions. Everyone always says, was it good or was it bad? But, I came on this morning. I told you I could barely get the Zoom on. I'm not techie, but we knew where we were weak, and they're bringing that next, they're bringing the next important stuff to the table. So what it's given me is the gift of time with my kids and my extended family.
Yeah, and they're good. They know what we don't know. They know social media. They know video. They know technology.
And they
I
challenge.
still have an old AOL address and write in a notebook.
You have AOL? Oh, that's cute.
They-
AOL.
And the next generation, whether it's our personal children or even the younger agents, challenge us on the regular to be better and to get the next thing and keep us.
And it's not all about our kids.
I don't.
We're good. We're good at recognizing talent, and I think we have the best staff
Oh God, yes.
on earth.
Yes.
I mean, our management team is second to none. They're fantastic. That's one thing
Talent.
where I could give us credit for is we're good at surrounding ourselves with very good people.
Actually, we're smart. We're surrounding ourselves with people that are smarter than us, quite honestly. Our team's better than we are every day of the week.
It's awesome. I hope everybody's taking notes here, man, because there's a lot of pearls of wisdom. I don't want to waste any time summarizing what I'm hearing because I want to keep going with hearing the pearls come out of their mouth. This is really great stuff. You guys need to do this more often. This is powerful. So, all right. So how do you guys deal with, running company together, you don't always agree, I would think, on some major decision.
Well, Florida, right?
Oh yeah. Well, let's put it this way: if I made all the decisions, we would be a bigger company than we are, but we'd probably be broke. She reins me in.
Okay.
Like I want to do everything, and she's like, "Wait, Pete, take your foot off the pedal.
Let's sleep on that.
And let's sleep on that." And I, when we did Florida.
Yeah, tell this story because
I'm not gonna lie.
Tell the story because when we were bantering in the beginning, no one heard that. So tell them about Florida and the mistake and the ownership in that mistake. That was powerful.
Everybody tries to put the spin that we did well in Florida. We had 60 agents. We did 70 million a year in only 2 years. There's all the positive spins you could put on it, but at the end of the day, it was an epic failure. We lost money. We took away from New York. Nobody knew who the hell we were down there. And thank God for Mike Pappas and Keys because he got us out of there.
And we learned.
We learned. But listen, am I glad we did it? I am. I'd rather try and fail than never have tried at all. And it was exciting. We had fun. Listen, we had a mass migration going from New York to Florida. We must have had a dozen agents that moved to Florida to the Sarasota area, and they ended up at Compass and Douglas Elliman. And I call them and say, if we had an office there, would you have stayed at Signature? They're like, of course. Yeah. So we opened and they left those companies and they came back to us. And we thought we'd be able to build around them, but it's challenging to go into another state doing it part-time.
It was, and it was important to us that, this was our baby. We had to take care of this, New York. But I do believe in our defense. It was right on the cusp of when Florida was starting to it wasn't the perfect storm. If we were down there full time, we would have been fine.
And listen, we've made great relationships. We have a good relationship with Kai's Realty right now, where we're referring a lot of business back and forth to one another. And we're making money there. So, the money we lost will probably creep back over the long run.
Yeah, and it just meeting Mike Pappas that owns Kai's. We learned so much from him. So it was not really a mistake. It wasn't profitable, but it wasn't a mistake because
it was a learning experience. You're right. Mike is such a brilliant and nice guy. So
he just got us into the Realty Alliance where we're learning a lot and stuff we would have never done. Yeah.
So there's usually opportunities even when it's not the one that you set out to go for, the goal. So that's awesome.
We're having another disagreement right now.
Right now.
What is that?
We do not disagree. I think he's crazy, but there's a lot of times I've thought you were crazy. Share what, this is a great, it just.
Well, our agents don't even know this. Should
Yeah.
we even share it now?
Yes, let's share. It takes me a little time when Pete comes up with his insanity ideas, but when he initially told me this, part of me was like, hell yeah, you're gonna benefit from it. But
Well, I just have an idea that, well, our headquarters here, some of our offices are hopping. They're full of energy, they're full of people. Everybody's in the office, and we don't even have any room to bring on another agent. But here in East Northport, we have 4,000 square feet downstairs. And if I see 3 people at a time, it's a lot. For some reason, this office doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Okay.
So I want to take half of the office and I want to open up Signature Wellness. Pilates is hot, yoga is hot, solid core is hot, red light is hot, cryo is hot. There's a big wellness craze going on in this country. And I want to open up Signature Wellness, and I want it to be either free or very cheap for signature agents and give our agents something that nobody else has. We already have the staff to do it.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a recruiting bonanza because if someone does a deal with a signature agent, we can send them a thank you card with a note giving them a free 30-day pass for Pilates. They'll come to the office, they'll meet Kathy, they'll meet me. I got this idea in my head and I can't shake it.
Yeah.
And Kathy, I'm assuming that you think this is not a good idea.
Well, it's growing on me because, like, listen, we're both salespeople. Eventually, you talk long enough, you could sell the Brooklyn Bridge. He's selling it to me, but we're both into Pilates right now. So if I could go downstairs and do Pilates every afternoon, I'm in.
Well, you know what I think is
We'll
absolutely
make money.
what I think is absolutely hysterical is that Kathy would push back on this when she was the one that was just doing pickleball before this interview in the back parking lot of the.
Oh, that was my idea too.
Yeah. When he put that cord in, I wasn't mad, but I was like, dude, you are crazy. Like, but yeah, we use it. Like, I would never play pickle if I didn't have it right. Yes, I played this morning.
And it brings the agents together. They come down, they use the courts, we
Yep.
flip some burgers. It keeps the culture.
Yeah.
I'm with Peter on this one, Kathy. I'm sorry.
Me
Sounds
too.
like a winner.
I'm in.
Tell me about your mom. So, has your mom helped in any way, whether it was her being a model for you, Kathy? You know, being that for people who didn't hear, she was in real estate for 35 years. Did she contribute in any way, either before or during the opening of the company?
Well, unfortunately, I lost my mom very young. But
I'm sorry. Okay.
But she absolutely shaped myself as a realtor and this company. She touches all over this company. The one thing I learned from my mom is that relationships matter. You know, people need to know you care, and longevity in this industry is doing the right thing and being kind and letting people know you really care, whether it's selling a house or, in now my case, my agents knowing I love them.
So
Awesome.
your heart, not your wallet.
I always say to people, I tell my own children, if you sell with your heart and not your wallet, you'll have success.
Oh, I love that. Julie, write that down. Peter, you described your vision earlier, well, both of you did, as community-focused, independent boutique. And so how, we touched upon this already, but how, because that's usually a brokerage would pick one of those two words. They wouldn't do both. So how have you been able to maintain that with growing to 1,800 agents, that community-focused, independent boutique feel?
Not as easy as it used to be. But
Yeah, like I said
making it
before,
happen.
it's a challenge, but we never stop trying. Like we are just always trying to bring everybody together. And it's about
The right people.
the right people. It's about, not just hiring anybody with a pulse. It's about being able to have the stomach to lose a top producer if they're a cancer. Because,
Which was a lesson we learned the hard way. You know, it took us years to realize that one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah.
We make mistakes every day. We do. And if we've put someone on the team or in the company that's not the right fit, because our culture is important. Because listen, happy people sell more houses,
and
right?
if you get somebody negative,
Yeah,
that
no.
negativity will spread quickly.
Yeah.
Like cancer.
Yeah, and we try to stop it.
So from a logistics standpoint, from a business thinking, how do you determine, so you're at 23 offices now. Has there been a model where how you've grown, like there's a strategy, like office number 24?
I want to giggle when you say that, because
We've never had a
I wish
strategy.
we had
We've
oh,
never had a
here's
plan.
a really good story. When we first started, we were probably together about 6 months, and someone said to me, "Well, what's your business plan?" And I remember going back to Pete and being like, "Do we have a business plan?"
Are we supposed to have one?
I mean, my degrees are in teaching. Do we have a business plan?
We had like
say
10,
no.
10 offices. We'd be like, no more offices. We have way too much brick and mortar. The future of this industry might not be so much brick and mortar.
Uh-huh.
And then next thing you know, something falls in our lap. A mom and pop wants to be acquired and it's in a good spot and it's a good deal.
We love the people.
And we like the people and we jump on it. And it just falls in our lap.
So when I used to sell, I used to tell my clients that houses find homes, or houses find their people, right? You can look at 100 houses, but the house is going to embrace you and get in. For us, our offices have found us. We've never said we have to go. We went north, south shore, east, west.
Well, Roslyn was a plan. Roslyn,
we're
we just
probably the only one, right?
Yeah.
And then East North because you built
we want to break into more of the luxury market now, and
We've
You do.
met. We're doing it.
we're working on that. And Roslyn is hopefully our key to do it.
And listen, it really is shaping up to be amazing.
We have a lot of good people coming.
Great manager, beautiful office, great team.
You know, I'm really kind of dumbfounded now with your answer because I'm thinking
Not the first.
every professor that would teach business for college kids, like they'd have to throw their book away. You're saying, no, we didn't have a plan. It just fell in our lap, and which, you know, it's really cool. And it's probably, you know, what you said, Kathy, about that the office has found you. It's probably that culture thing, going back to that culture thing, that when you have a clear culture like you guys obviously do, that speaks for itself and it permeates into the industry and people see that, they feel it, they hear it, and that's why they come to you probably. Yeah.
Which is a good point because like Merrick, they
Yep.
found us
They
because
found us.
they felt their culture. You know, we had a small mom and pop, Jim Pooley and Charlie and Kathy owned that company. It was Select a Home back then. And they found us, and this is a fun story. They found us. We went out for a cup of coffee at the diner. We after 30 minutes, we stood up, shook hands, and we bought their company. No due diligence. We just knew they were good people, and we knew that this was meant to be. Now Merrick is killing it. It's a great office, and we still have all three of them, and we love them to death.
Back in the day, we used to have the baseball field from the movie Field of Dreams in our office, and underneath it said, "If you build it, they will come." And that was always our.
I love it. I love it. And, you know, I love what you just said too, Kathy, about picking the right people. I mean, just to turn that internally a little bit, that in my company, whenever we've tried to fill a position, like we have the position first, and then we try to find the person to fill it. It's never worked for my company. We always wind up firing that person. But when we find somebody that is our culture, like we love this person, this character, like we'll create a position just because we want that person with us.
You want to set them up for success. The same here. So we're moving people all the time because you want to set people up for success. You know, we say you can't put a round peg in a square hole.
Yeah,
right? You
right.
gotta find, you know.
Awesome. Okay. So you just threw that playbook question out the window. All right. So let me see if there's any other new questions here. Okay, we got that one. The industry go through. Oh, so how are you guys? Yes. Oh my gosh. So the industry has gone through some really crazy times, right? So the NAR settlement, the whole commission transparency, tech disruption. And now just today, MRAD, which is the MLS in Illinois, is now going national, which with Compass putting 100,000 agents into that. I don't know if you guys heard that yet because it just came out this morning. But
I heard it this morning.
yeah, so in any event, so whenever there's these major disruptions, whether it's NAR in a lawsuit or the clear cooperation policy, any of that stuff, how has that affected you guys, if any way?
That's a good question. I mean, the whole NAR settlement, we got hit hard. We got screwed. We weren't protected. But at the same time,
A lot of good came out.
a lot of good came out of it. I mean, our agents had our back like you've never seen. We said to our agents,
Well, before we said it, they said
they
it.
said it. I mean, our two biggest expenses are our holiday party and our yearly trip to Montauk. Together, they're probably like 400 or 500 grand. And our agents actually said to us, why don't you skip it
How can we-
next year? How can we help?
How can we help?
So we took that away from them to help soften the blow, and they were
We
like,
were
"How can we?"
nervous.
They were like, "How can we help more?"
They were-
It blew our mind.
There are simply no words. There are simply no words for how wonderful our agents were to us at our lowest when we were scared. They were take a little bit of everybody. The ideas that were coming were so kind and generous, and they suggested we take away the Christmas party. They suggested we give up Montauk, and when we had to deliver that was a smart decision for us. We sweated that out. We were like, oh God, I hope they're not upset. And the love, what an abundance of love.
Okay, so did you so when the settlement happened, you guys had to like start cutting checks and deal with that. Did you communicate at any level with the company, the agents, like, all right, we have a bit of a challenge. Here's what's happening in the industry. Here's how it's affecting us.
Pete writes a State of the Union. We sit down and we talk about what's going on. We're very transparent. I think the agents love that. We send out a pretty regular email to them that says this is the good, the bad, the ugly. This is how we screwed up, and we communicate. We're very, very.
We're good at communicating with them,
Yeah.
and we're open books. We don't hold anything back from them. There's very little we do that they don't know.
This is I'm learning it. It's interesting. Like I know you guys through the agents, and that are also our coaching members. And of course, Kathy and I have talked a few times, but this interview here is blowing me away because I didn't know just how awesome of culture that you guys have. And, I still have some more questions, and we're going to open up to other people in just a minute. Hey, Tony DeNino is on this one.
What's up,
Hello,
Tony?
Tony is one of the reason why I know Tony is because what's that?
I was just telling Pete, Tony's one of your originals, I imagine.
He is, exactly. He is one of the very first class that I did in 1993. Tony DeNino was in that class, Annette Mina. Anyway, there's that first core group of power agents, and Tony's one of them. And so anyway, I'm so glad he's here. But what I was going to say is that I'm just really impressed with what you guys have created. And if I were to put I'm not ready to put a pin in it, but if I were, like, if there was a secret ingredient to a company being successful, like just one, what I'm hearing yours is the culture of caring and love for your agents. And because that's what I've heard throughout this whole interview, is because that you really care about them and developing them, and they're like family, is why all of these blessings come to you, why your offices are attracted to you, why agents are attracted. So I want to make sure everybody gets that. From a business standpoint, I have this question: without talking specifically about fees and splits, how do you even have to address or compete with other brokerages based on dollars and cents, or do you have certain things that you do as incentives for people?
We have a traditional model here.
Okay.
There's a lot of newer models out there that, it's hard to compete. We honestly, we can't compete. If an agent doesn't need any tools and doesn't want brick and mortar and doesn't want management, we're not the right place for them.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't bend your model, like your model is your model, and if it doesn't fit for somebody, it doesn't fit.
Our models are modeled based on agents' production.
Okay, got it. Okay, good. All right, super. Listen, gang, here's what I want to do is, because this has been so awesome so far, is I want you to, we have a very good turnout as well. Gang, what I'd like you to do is to go over to the Q&A. So I'm talking to our audience now. And let's see, where is the Q&A? Of course, I can never find it.
You have to click on more now. They changed it. Also, Annette and Marty are in the audience as well. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no, I didn't see. Annette Mina's on the call too? And Marty Sorrentino. I'm getting
watching this.
These are
Friends Week here.
These are my peeps. I know they're your peeps too, but these are my peeps. These are my favorite power agents, for all different reasons. Okay, this is awesome. So, gang, what I'd like you to do is on the Q&A, I'd like you to start to write your question if you haven't done that already. So don't write it in the chat. Okay, yeah, it's like a reunion, Paul. I agree. And so, gang, if you can look at the Q&A, find that on the Zoom and write your question. We don't have a lot of questions right now. We just have from Jeff, which we'll get to in a second. But I want to make sure. So to help you guys think of your questions, I mean, you've got two great leaders here, and so I want you to think of a question that you would want, if you were sitting across from, Einstein or any successful person, you would not have a question. You would not have a question. Like if you were in front of somebody that was so successful what they do, I would hope you would come up with a question because of the opportunity that's given to you. So you have that opportunity right now with Peter and Kathy. So generate a question for yourself that you think might help you in your business. And I'm glad to see now some of you are taking my coaching. Julie, I'll let you read the first question. Go.
Perfect. But could you, I don't think we covered this in the beginning quite like you usually do.
Okay.
And have the agents look at this through a leadership lens as well, because they are all running their own.
I did, Julie. I did say that, but no, it's okay. I'll reiterate it again, but thank you because we did have some people coming late. If you're an agent on this call, you are a business within the business, and you should take off your real estate salesperson hat and put on your real estate business owner hat and think of a question that you can ask these leaders. They brought out something very powerful that Mike Pappas from the Kai's company in Florida, who has incredible success. They learned from that relationship and they walked away with it better leaders themselves. So this is your opportunity to do the same that we're giving you. All right, go, Jules.
Perfect. Thank you. Jeff asks if you're comfortable sharing with your scale today, having grown from a boutique brokerage to 1,800 agents as an independent, have you been courted by companies like Compass, Berkshire Hathaway, for example, to buy you, and what has ultimately kept you committed to staying independent?
It's a great question.
Yeah, we've been approached.
A lot of times, yeah.
There was a time where we thought hard about it.
Maybe, yeah.
When Compass came into town, we weren't used to losing agents, and they came in and they took a lot of top producers that were very close personal friends of
And
ours.
that was very new to us.
We weren't used to it, and it was very disheartening, and we were like, maybe it's time. And we thought about it, but we rolled up our sleeves.
It wasn't time.
Went and got the Scher team, went and got the Lenore team,
and-
recruited like animals, and never took a step back volume-wise.
And it's more about a weak moment than ever really putting thought into that process. We were just so vulnerable at that moment because we were devastated. It was just, it was so new to us. We were so hurt, and that was a weak moment.
Wow, what a great acknowledgement and honest answer. I'm curious now, how did Compass do that? How did they get friends of yours and producers? What would you attribute that to?
They wrote a check.
Yeah.
They bought the agents. I get it. Okay.
They bought the agents. Listen, nothing against Compass. They're doing good things, and they have a very good brand, and they have very good technology. So, they seem to be doing a lot right. But a check's very motivating also.
Sure. Okay.
Which they're not doing anymore.
Yeah, but and at that point, it was we understood it was respected. It was kind of more like, yeah, it was just shocking.
Okay, got it. Go ahead, Jules.
Perfect. Thank you. Carol says, do you think the independent companies are going to be next? I don't know what she means by that. Do you?
Does she maybe mean are the smaller companies going to survive in the market today?
Yeah, well, let's go in that direction. Carol, so we're going to interpret your question. If it's wrong, then just rewrite the question. So, yeah, go ahead, Kathy, answer it that way.
I do believe it's hard for a smaller company today because we know what it costs to do business. The cost of running a business have gone insane. Like everything, buy a gallon of milk, the price has gone crazy. It's hard. I can speak firsthand. I was a small mom and pop. I had 45 agents, and when Pete was opening Signature, I was closing mine.
Yeah.
Let me ask you,
mom and pops. It's
It's
tough on the
tough.
mom and pops because
Tools
splits are higher than they used to be. Splits have gone up.
and tools are expensive.
Yeah, and it's hard for them to get the tools for the agents to succeed.
Yeah.
Listen, if we had to do anything differently, we probably wouldn't have so much brick and mortar right now. We have a lot of offices in a very small geographical area.
Marion, I just saw a question pop up, that said not everybody went to Compass. And you're right. And thank you to everybody. We were going to end this with this. thank you to everybody who's loyal, who were loyal to us and are loyal to us, and don't think we don't know it and
Right.
acknowledge it. Don't think.
A lot of our agents turned down some very good offers
Oh
and
gosh.
very loyal to us.
We're blessed. I keep saying that. I've said it 10 times this morning already. We are two of the most blessed people you've ever met in your life, because we're blessed to call this company our family, and people are just so kind and generous, and what's better than family?
So let me ask you, if I'm trying to think what a broker would ask you, especially an independent broker, boutique office. What would you say if you were giving advice to that one? They were thinking about opening up their own office first time. What minimum agents should number of agents should they shoot for based on average revenue that might come from an agent? Where do you think it starts to become profitable?
40, 50 agents?
That's a very good question. I'm not sure the answer. I know it took us a long time to make money. I mean, I didn't make money till Kathy came on board. I had probably 150 agents and was probably breaking even. I mean,
Wow.
we're doing very well now, but it's tough for the smaller brokerages.
Yeah.
So they have to go out and sell themselves. And then you get in the issue where, a lot of agents feel like my broker's competing with me. So that's
Mm-hmm.
it extra hard for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why there's been so many smaller agencies that have been acquired, right? At the same time, we love ambition. And, we have agents that have gone on their own. We had Lucky to Live Here go on their own. We had Oversouth go on their own. And they're doing very well.
They're doing great.
And they're building something that's going to be worth something one day. So we understand
And we
it
respect
from both
it.
ends, and we respect it.
Yeah.
We feel that every agent should be their own brand. They should be a brand under our brand. If they go interview with another big company, that company is going to try to convince them that they're going to do more business because of their brand. But the truth is that people hire the agent, not the company.
Amen.
They come to us because they want a good culture, a good environment, somebody who's got their back, somebody with tools, somebody that, is going to give them support. The signature name's not going to get them the listing. I'm sorry, I wish I believed that, but I didn't. But like Oversouth, they built their brand, Lucky to Live Here, they built their brand under signature. So when they decided to have the ambition and make the leap to go on their own, they were ready. And we understood it.
They had a launching pad. Yeah.
Peter, that's exactly when agents come to me and they say, what should I look for in a brokerage? I say the exact same thing that you just said, that you're not going to a brokerage to make more money. That's your job. You go to a brokerage, you choose a brokerage based on how that broker makes you feel. Because if you don't buy into the company and the culture of the company, it's hard for you to sell that to a FSBO or to a homeowner when you're sitting across from them. So you have to feel good about your choice, that you love the company you're at.
Yeah.
So
and good energy breeds energy, right?
Yes.
When you're around like-minded people who want to be successful and want you to be successful, success happens, magic happens.
I do believe you're ABC Realty and nobody's ever heard of you. It's another objection you have to overcome, and you have to be a much better salesman to get the listing.
But a salesperson can
But if it's Daniel Gale, it's Element, it's us, it's Compass, it's Hannah, it's Realty. If it's a known name, it's up to the agent.
Yep, I agree. I will say one other thing I want to highlight too, because you said, Peter, and we'll go back to the questions in a second, but you said that you had 150 people and you were unprofitable until Kathy came on board. And there's something else that I've learned in the dynamics with the two of you as a winning formula is the balance between, like, one holds the other one back and the other one maybe sees the vision. So there's that balance, that yin yang. Like I experienced that in my life with, my membership, my coaching wasn't profitable until Julie came on board. And my wife she's my consigliere, because I always want to do a million things, and she's always the director of wait a second. Yeah. And it's valuable to have that that other person that's not a yes person, right? So awesome. All right, Jules, go to the next question.
We have that recorded, by the way. I'm just kidding.
Rules.
Now she's going to ask for a bigger cut, son of a gun. Go ahead.
Abraham says, how are you balancing rapid growth with maintaining quality and reputation?
Great question again. Great question again. How are we quality of our agents? You mean keeping our agents happy? Is that what that question's about?
No, I think it's the I guess what Abraham's asking is that I think we might have already answered it, but
So, yeah.
when you're growing as a business, all of a sudden you get consumed with the business, the money, the revenue, the bottom line, and it pulls you away from the culture, which that hasn't happened with you. And so he's asking, how do you do that? How do you grow?
It's a challenge, but we never stop trying. That's why, listen, most of the people that work, most of our best friends are within the company. So when we go out for drinks with our agents, or
we call it date night.
we do it every week.
Every Wednesday night, we date our own. Pete and I date our own company. We take 2 or 3 agents, offices out, and we spend 2 hours with them. We go out for a cocktail and an appetizer, and it's just to keep the culture, to keep true to who we are, to see, feel, touch, as I keep saying.
And we enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it is challenging as you get bigger.
And
We
our charity-
lose agents now. We never used to lose agents,
But thank God that-
usually they come back.
Thank God. But we do a lot of charity work. We didn't touch on that. How we keep our culture is that we keep bringing our agents together to do good for the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday we did a walk for autism awareness. It was a beautiful day. Everybody got together, and then Pete and I made a donation to a local autistic school, a school for autistic children. We do a lot. What do we have coming up? Oh,
We're doing a fishing charter in May.
talent show.
We're doing a talent show. We're renting out all of Adventureland just for
It's a
signature
great one.
agents and their families. We have our Mom Talk annual trip coming. Our calendar's full.
We got October's breast cancer awareness. We got a couple events coming for that. But by pulling the agents together constantly, we're building deep bonds with them. And when we invite the agents to an event, the children come too. So yesterday there were kids at the walk. So it's just
That's another reason why I want to open up Signature Wellness. It's going to bring everybody together.
I'm sold.
I'm
Okay.
telling you.
I knew that was going to come back around. I knew it.
It may come up one more time before this is over, Jules. I want to add to this question with Abraham. My observation, Abraham, in this conversation, and even in my own culture, is that I think how it's easy to keep the balance in growth and not staying away from or straying away from your culture is that when you are crystal clear what your culture is and what you're committed to, when you start to stray, you'll notice it. It'll pull you back, like the Florida deal as an example.
Yes,
Like when you saw that Florida was robbing your time from your family here on Long Island, it was evident to you, and that pulled you back. So I think that would be the answer as well. All right.
Sometimes you get burnt and you stray a little bit, but that's why we have one another.
Yep.
And
Got it.
and the agents keep us accountable. They'll call us out, and I love that. They'll say, "Hey, you used to do this, or why didn't you do this?" And we'll tell them why. Well, that didn't happen because
And most of it falls on our managers, who are amazing.
amazing. Our managers, there are none better. Period.
I do want to just note, then we'll get back to the questions, is the power of the community and the service in the charities. Like in all of the really top, brilliant, like Mike Pappas, brokers that we've talked to, they have that in common.
Carpenter.
Yeah. So many of you all at the top tier of leadership, you give back, and that's such a core foundation for your culture.
Do you have 2 minutes for a quick story
This
on
is a great
philanthropy?
story.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so
This is called unscripted. This
unscripted, back when Signature was in its early days, and I probably prefer animals over people, to be honest, but back in the early days, I was looking for land, and there was a no-kill shelter called Little Shelter in Huntington that I'm looking on the tax map, and I see that they got 2 separately deeded lots. So I'm looking for land. I go knock on the door, and I say, you have any interest in selling these lots? They had no interest, and I said, well, what are you doing with it? They said, nothing. I go, why don't you make it a run for the animals? They go, we would like to, but we don't even have the money in the budget to properly feed them. We're always looking for donations. So I said, what if we did it? They go, what do you mean? I go, we'll make it a run. Didn't promote it. It was just something that was out of the kindness of our hearts, that I was building a house nearby. I took the excavator, we cleared the lots, took the excavator, pulled the stumps, sent an email out to the agents what we were doing. They all came in droves and helped clean up the land. We fenced it, we sodded it, we did agility equipment for the animals.
Crazy.
And said, here you go. Never, they were so touched by what we did
Grateful.
that they reached out to News 12, the Long Islander, and all these different news outlets and said what this small company in Huntington did for them. And holy shit, next thing you know, our phone's ringing, and we probably got 10 agents that from other companies that wanted to join the company that did the doggy park.
Homeowners calling us,
We got listings from it, and that's when we really philanthropy used to bother me because I used to think it was very self-serving. Like you didn't even know what the cause was. They made it all about them. But I've changed my way of thinking because the more money we raise, the more good we do in the world, and the more it comes back tenfold. We did a 22-day push-up challenge for veterans. We raised $130,000, but at the same time, for 22 days, we were doing push-ups in different locations. We were dominating social media, and like the recognition it gave us in the community and people joining our company.
School districts, school districts were calling us to talk about suicide prevention. We were in school districts. We had veterans coming down with their Purple Heart, showing children what a Purple Heart was. We had people bringing service animal. It snowballed, and it's really important that I give you props because both of those two things, I thought he was crazy. The night he called me, you were sitting at a bar in Cold Spring Harbor eating your dinner at the bar, and you're like, "We're going to do a push-up challenge." So I was like, "No, we're not." It was great. The doggy park, I'm like,
but this time with the push-up challenge was a little different. I said, this time we're going to promote this. And when we got those Purple Hearts, and every councilman wants a picture with the Purple Heart vet.
Right.
The last day of the push-up challenge, we probably had 2,500 people doing push-ups
on the golf course.
On the golf course.
Wow.
Club, and we raised a ton of money and did a lot of good, and it came back tenfold. So philanthropy, it's just a win-win.
But it's important too. It allows our agents to feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. They're able to join together. When agents are standing next to each other, assembling Easter baskets, we do Easter baskets, we do backpacks. Putting together an Easter basket for a child who would not have an Easter basket unless we got together and donated it. And we don't just do it. The agents are so involved. They donate the candy. We buy the baskets. We put it together. We bought a box truck a couple of years ago just to move all of our donations. So it's really a God-given blessing.
And I want to just highlight for people listening to this, I think where it works, what you just shared, is when it's not about what's in it for you, the money that you may make from it, like it's a strategy. It's just something that is the right thing to do for humanity. And I think when that's the real reason you're doing it is why the tenfold works, right?
Yeah.
So
that's only a few of them. We've done some amazing things.
Remember the wildfires in Australia?
Yeah. Shipping stuff, doing everything we can do. Yeah, we're always trying to help. It's important to us to give back. You know what? We're all very blessed.
Awesome. All right, Jules, next question. Thank you, Abraham, for that.
Janet, fast forward, where do you see your company in 5 years? Do you have an idea of what that would look like?
That's a problem for the next generation. No.
Yeah, that's the next generation's thing.
It's not. In 5 years, I hope we're sitting right in.
In 5 years, we're number one on Long Island. That I can promise.
That's a 1 year away thing.
Maybe 2.
5 years away.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Yeah.
I love these two. Craig, what third-party marketing systems, platforms do you recommend, particularly direct mail, CRM, to allow independents to compete with national?
We have to giggle at that because
that's a question for our daughters and our
marketing department or the managers. But I know we use every door direct. What was the question again?
Basically, what kind of tech do you use? They said about marketing, but they also brought up CRM. Like, what CRM do you encourage the agents to?
Our tech platform is Bold Trail. It used to be KB Core.
Used to be Boomtown.
It used to be Boomtown. We've had all of them, and now we're at Bold Trail. It just keeps growing. There's not a tool we don't have that. We have everything we need, but we're not that. I told you I couldn't even turn on the computer this morning. It's not. I stay in my lane.
When we go on a recruiting appointment, our pitch, like I said earlier, is always we're the tools of the big boys. the tools of a Douglas Elliman, the tools of a Daniel Gale, tools of a compass with the culture of a mom and pop. And we feel that's what agents like.
Got
Back
it.
to the original question, we're blessed because we've always been an agent focused company. So everything good at Signature, especially from day one, whether it was the color pen we used or the tech platform, an agent will bring to us, or one of the staff member will say,
Yeah.
hey, you guys need. So we're very agent focused. The agents tell us what we need and we act on it.
Most of everything we have has come from our agents.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I
We
had
listen.
no idea what the hell I was doing back in the day. It all came from
We
the
still
agents.
don't. We still really have no clue what we're doing, but we show up every day.
Awesome.
I think that kind of answers Abraham's other question and Annette's question. How are you attracting agents from other companies and recruiting top agents? So the
Yeah.
culture, right?
Yeah, it's the culture. Yeah.
And,
All right, go ahead.
listen, I'll answer that question again. Yes, it's the culture, but it's also our agents. Our agents are our soldiers. They love what they've got. They love who they are, and they love who we are. And they go out and they share the word. That's how a lot of people come to us. Agents will refer the outside agent to us. We'll have a cup of coffee, and it starts a conversation.
And now some people because this interview is not just New York, it's all over the U.S. So we have agents like now they're asking, are you in New Jersey? Are you in Pennsylvania? Are you in California? So, gang, they're only in New York, Long Island. Actually, not New York, Long Island. So it's a very specific niche market. And no plans to go off of Long Island yet. Yeah, because Peter's still not giving up on Florida in his brain. All right, next question,
It won't
Jules.
be my idea if it is.
I love it. Anita's a broker herself. She would like to start a brand with her daughter, who is a new realtor. What would you suggest?
So this is pre-mom pop. So you got a mother wanting to open up with her daughter. So what would you
Okay,
suggest?
so kudos to you for that, because I was a mother-daughter teen. It was the best chapter of my whole career, and now my daughters are selling, and there's nothing more satisfying than watching them succeed.
Aw.
Starting a brand, I would be true to yourself. Be true to you. Be you. Don't try to be anybody you're not. That's the answer.
Got it.
And work for a brokerage that's going to let you create your own brand with your daughter. So when you're ready to make that move and go on your own, that you'll already be way ahead of the game.
Got it. All right,
Get a
cool.
broker that has the tools. We have four graphic artists on staff, and they're fabulous with brands and logos, and they'll sit with an agent. We're again blessed.
I'm going to add to that too is that you have to be clear. We've all heard this expression that you have to be, know your why and blah blah blah. But it's more than that. What I'm going to say is that whenever you're starting anything new, a brokerage or any business, the hardest is really in the beginning, because there is the pressure of the money and the finances and wanting to make the money to pay the bills, but not have it be about the money, having it be about the customer. And so there's this conflict that you have to manage. And the way to get past that is to be clear about what you're committed to, what your passion is. When you're clear about that, like we can see with Peter and Kathy, that they're very agent-centric, that's who their customers are. And so when you have a passion, it'll help you deal with when it's stormy out, when the bills are not getting paid, because you're still focused on your passion, what you're committed to.
Believe in yourselves.
What's that, Kath?
Well, you have to believe in yourself first.
Yes, absolutely. And your vision. Believe in yourself and your vision. Go ahead, Jules. Next one.
I love it. Awilda says, do you think that it is okay not to have a large number of agents? Do you think that's limiting, or should you stay in the sphere that you can handle?
For us to not have a large number of agents?
I have trouble hearing the question.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll read it. Do you think it's okay to not have a large number of agents, or do you think that that's limiting? Like, as a broker, should you be committed to having a big company and having a lot of agents?
Oh, no, be true to
I
you.
think you got to be true to you.
Be
You
true
got
to
whatever
you.
your expectations are. Everybody has different goals in life,
We never woke up and said, give us 1,800 agents. It happens the way it was supposed to happen. We were happy when we were really happy
Yeah,
when
we
we
were
were
really
small.
happy when
And
we
before
had
Pete,
Angela.
I had a very small company, and we were very happy. I think that the right people find the right people, but there's no right or wrong answer to that. Do you?
Good.
Love it.
Okay, so that's it on the questions that we have, and we're coming to the end. So I've got some
Well, that was
rapid.
pretty easy. I was getting worried there.
Yeah.
Nobody asked us if we're married.
Oh, they did. We had a lot of that in the chat.
Are you married?
No, but everyone thinks we are.
No. They tell us we're starting to look alike now too, so it's all good.
Somebody asked if you were brother and sister because you
We
look.
get that too.
Yeah, that's
I
funny.
get that too.
And are you both married to other people?
I am married to somebody else, and you're engaged.
I'm
right?
close, yeah.
Close.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Getting
Good.
married, yeah.
Good luck, Peter. All right. Okay. So rapid fire questions. One early habit that made the biggest difference in your career.
For me, getting a business coach.
Early habit. Just trying to surround myself with the best people.
Got it. Very good. One leadership belief you each had to unlearn.
For me, it's you can't do everything yourself. You got to ask for help.
I don't even consider myself a leader. I just consider myself part of the team, to be honest.
Okay. Very good.
Right answer.
Your favorite book?
Oh, that's easy for me. Can't Hurt Me by David Goggin. Great book. You should all read it.
I can't lie. I haven't read a book since I'm like 15.
All right. And you had
I
to.
read the Cliff Notes.
Yeah. Peter, that's great. All right. Then favorite movie.
Oh, that's easy. In real estate, Glenn Ross.
Okay.
A Star is Born, but the Gaga version.
Remember the Glengarry lead?
Yeah, you still do that very well. We laugh about that all the time.
Did you see that they had on Broadway for a limited time Glenn Ross? Did you get to see
I didn't know that. I would
Yeah, it was limited time.
Yeah.
I got to see that, yeah. All right. Favorite expression?
I know. Can I say yours?
Yeah.
Yours is right.
Nope.
Ripe.
Nope.
No.
Green.
Green and growing or ripe and rotting.
And pizzas, don't worry, it's gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
What
Yeah,
was hers? What was Kathy's?
Green and growing or ripe and rotting.
Ooh.
Growing, keep training, keep learning, or you're gonna rot.
You know what? I feel like now this is like, remember that old game show where the spouse knew what the other one would say and
Oh,
they'd
we
be
got
in a
this.
separate room? Like
Give
you
it
guys
to
are really,
You know,
Yeah.
that's what we'll do in the.
That's what we're having a talent show. Maybe we'll do that.
yeah,
Signature's Got Talent.
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah,
Anybody who's listening, it's going to be a great night. It's at Mulcahy's. I think it's on the 29th. I'm not sure. They're going to yell at me. And if we're doing a fundraiser for Angela's House, which is absolutely one of the most beautiful charities we have, or one of our causes.
If you're from another company, come watch us get roasted.
But that's what we're going to do. They'll give us questions and we'll answer how the other.
I'm not getting.
Yeah, we got it. We'll do it. Go ahead.
Awesome. All right, well, listen, I'm going to let you guys go so you can, take care of your family. Is there anything that you would like to end with before we call this?
Yes, I just read at the bottom. I got the date wrong. It's May 27th at 6 o'clock at Mulcahy's. Come, it'll be a great night.
Thank God for you.
To end with we never do this. It's way out of our comfort zone. We know we should do more video to get ourselves out there. But, you have a nice following and we want to thank you for thinking of us.
And above and all that, all the years you've helped me and guided me and reached out and cared. You're the best.
Oh, that's very nice, Kathy. Thank you. And it was an honor to meet you, Peter, and spend this time with you guys.
I remember back when I was 21 working at Coach. You did a lot for Coach back then, right?
Yeah. I did a lot of training for them back in the day.
I remember being trained at 21, Darryl. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we met at Coach and we've been friends.
Did you have anything to do back in the day with Sweat Hogs or no?
Yes. Yeah.
We did Sweat Hogs back in the day at Coach. Yeah.
So actually, the interesting story is that, yes, I was a Sweat Hog trainer back in the day. That taught me how to train agents. That was the best thing I did. The guy, for people who don't know, his name was Floyd Wickman, who is the creator of Sweat Hogs. And I learned the difference between speaking and training because they're totally different skill sets. So that made me a great trainer. But the person who also worked there was none other than my president, Julie Escobar, who's on the call with us. She used to also, that's how we met. And her husband at the time, Ed Escobar, was the vice president or president of the company at the time. So anyway, just a little inside.
We were both very, very young.
Right,
We were
right.
green when we were working there. So
Yeah.
we've known each other for 40 years. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen.
Thank you to everybody who took the time to join us today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I see the names coming
I know,
across.
it's wild. Thank you.
Yeah, so gang, before we actually hang up here, keep doing what you're doing there. I usually like to do that at the end. I almost forgot. So if you got any value from this conversation, could you throw some love to our interviewees and just thank them? I appreciate the hearts that you guys are giving, but even just the comments is awesome. Thanks, Catherine, and thanks, Camelia. So yeah, because we saved this chat and we'd like to send it to the client as well. So. Awesome.
Is that your daughter in there, Alexa?
That's Pete's story.
Yeah,
Let's go, Dad. Aw.
Go, Dad. Well, and I can, as these are rolling in, I want to say to you both that, yes, you should do more of this, these interviews, simply because you were so good at it, and it'll make a difference in people's lives. So thank you for sharing a piece of you and what works about your business and your company. So it was awesome. So thank you so very much.
We really appreciate it.
All right. I know we'll be bumping into each other, fellow Long Islanders, soon. So
Have a great weekend.
Stay
all
well.
right. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.